Hello you guys and welcome back to your favorite crochet channel. Today we are crocheting this beautiful balaclava together. You've probably already seen it on my Instagram. If not, go check it out. I did this one in blue already and you guys definitely wanted a tutorial, so here we go. I hope you enjoy. I hope you send me your pictures of your recreations because I need to see, because that's always my favorite part about making these tutorials. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say, just enjoy and have a beautiful time crocheting with me. Have a good day. Let's start with everything you need. You're gonna need your yarn, whatever yarn you want to use. I would recommend you to use mohair to make it a bit more fluffier and interesting looking, and different colors of just soft cotton yarn. I think it's the best to crochet the balaclava with. I also, first of all, thought about using this yarn. It's a bit of a, I don't know, more thicker material, but I think I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna be not that soft and comfortable in the end. So I'm only gonna use colors and yarn types like this. You can use whatever colors, whatever yarn types you want to use. Just choose some leftover yarns you can find. And that's kind of everything we need. And as always, my 4.0 millimeter hook from Prim. And what I can also recommend you to use is a little marker to mark the beginning of your rows, because we're going to crochet the balaclava always in circles and it's tricky to find the beginning then. So I would recommend you to use a marker. You can also just use a hair clip or whatever you have flying around. And I would say, let's start. So you want to start with just one of your colors. I am doing only cotton for the beginning because it's easier with the magic ring that we're doing. But in like the other steps, I'm always gonna mix cotton with some mohair, always different colors. It's just a random mix and match. You can do whatever you like. You can also do 2 different mohair types and crochet with that, but we're gonna come to that later. We're gonna start now with our magic ring. So we're gonna start now with a magic ring. If you're not familiar with the magic ring, I'm gonna link a more detailed tutorial in the description down below. So magic ring is just perfect to start the balaclava with because you can adjust the ring size in the end. And now what we're going to do for the first row is we're going to crochet 8 half double crochets into the magic ring. So we're going to take our yarn, going into the circle, slipping it through, and then slipping the yarn through all the loops on our hook. And we're going to do that for 8 half double crochets. Now that we've finished our 8 half double crochets, we're gonna pull the circle tight like this. And now we want to connect this loop to our first row. We want to crochet into the top loop of our first half double crochet directly with our next half double crochets. So we're not gonna go into a loop and then do a slip stitch and then chain up to continue with a new row, because we want continuous rounds without a seam. And to do that, we're just gonna go right into this top loop of our first half double crochet. If you're not sure which one it is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's this one right here. And we're gonna go directly into this loop with our first half double crochet and another one. So 2 half double crochets into this first loop right there, like this. And now we want to mark these first 2 half double crochets. So This was our second one, and this was actually our first one. And as you can see, if we now continue to crochet around, we're not gonna see which one was the first one, or I cannot tell. Maybe you can, then you're lucky. But for me, I cannot tell. So I want to mark my first half double crochet of the next row with this little marker. You can use whatever you want to. This last V is from our second half double crochet, and this one is our first one. So we want to mark this one right here, so that we know when we arrive back here and where to start our next row, because the number of double crochets and single crochets and the order of it is going to change, so we need to know in which row we are. Lots of counting right there, but don't worry, it's only going to be for about 7 rows. So don't worry. This was our first row. And now we're gonna go into each of these stitches with 2 half double crochets to increase the number of stitches in this row. So into each of these top V parts, you can see right here, so right there, we're gonna go with 2 half double crochets, just like this. And for me, I want to add now already my first mohair yarn. So I'm gonna take my mohair and I'm gonna show you the way that I connect it always. And you don't have to do this right now, but I just want to start already because then it looks, I think, a bit cuter in the end. For me, I always start with my stitch till I'm right here. And that's where, like right now, I'm gonna add my new yarn. So I'm gonna leave this hanging right here, and I'm gonna just attach it right to the yarn that I'm crocheting with and slipping through both. And this yarn ending you can just sew in, so you can crochet around that. And now I'm just gonna continue to crochet 2 half double crochets into each of these stitches with both of my yarns. I don't know why, but somehow it took me 2 years of crocheting to realize how much I love the look of mohair mixed with cotton, because it just looks like fluffier cotton, as you can see. I love it. And just like that, we already arrived right at our marking point. And this is where we're going to switch into row number 3. So for all the upcoming rows, from row 3 to row 7, we're always gonna increase stitches, but always with different patterns. So now in row 3, we're gonna do 2 half double crochets, and then 1 half double crochet, then 2 half double crochets, 1 half double crochet, 2, 1, 2, 1. In the next row, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be 2 half double crochets, 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Then it's gonna be 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. And like that, we are going to go from row 3 to row 7. Don't worry, I'm gonna take you through it. But just so you know what we're going for. And that's also why we have to mark the beginning. This is very important that we don't forget it, because then we're going to be lost. So keep in mind to switch around with your yarn colors, just play with it. For me, for example, I'm now going to start with some white, so I'm going to cut off this beige cotton one. I'm going to keep the mohair one on. And I am going to switch to some white, and I'm just gonna play around with it. You don't have to do it. If you want to do it all in one color, go for it. So don't mind me switching around yarns. I'm not gonna bother you with it. I'm just gonna show you how to go through the upcoming rows. We're about to start row 3, which means we can already do our 2 half double crochets into this stitch that we marked right here. This is my first one, so I'm now gonna already switch the marker to my first half double crochet of row number 3. But we are going to go into this first stitch with 2 half double crochets, so add another one into this loop. And now in the next one we're only gonna do 1 half double crochet. Then again 2 half double crochets into this one. And then again only 1. And we are going to repeat the same thing over and over again until we hear. So always 2, then 1, then 2, then 1. And I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna meet when we're at the end of the row. Now you should arrive in your last stitch with 1 half double crochet only, and at your marker you are going to go in with 2 half double crochets again for row number 4. So I'm going to go right in with 1 half double crochet. This is the first one of row number 4, so again switch your marker to this one right here. But set another one into the same stitch that you just did go through with your first half double crochet of the row. And now we're going to go 1 half double crochet into this stitch, and in the next stitch also only 1 half double crochet. And then again 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Then again only 1 half double crochet. And again in the next stitch only 1 half double crochet. So 2 times, 1 time, 1 time. 2 times half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet. 2 half double crochets, 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet. And you're going to continue until you are here. And then we're going to start with the next row already. I switched colors again. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go right to row number 5, which means we are here again where we marked our first half double crochet. That's where we're going to do our next half double crochet, the first one of row number 5, and this is where we're going to set our marker. Just somewhere here so that we find it in the next row again. But as you already know, into this first stitch we're going to go twice, so make sure to go through the same loop again. So we have 2 half double crochets in our first stitch of row number 5, and now we're going to do 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and then the 2 half double crochets. So as you can tell, row by row the half double crochets, like the single ones, are going to be 1 more. So now we did our first 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch. Now we're going to do 3 single ones. So 1 of the half double crochets in 1 stitch, then into the next stitch with 1 half double crochet, and into this one also only with 1 half double crochet. And now again 2 half double crochets into this stitch. And now again 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 2 here. 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. And we're going to continue like that until we arrive again where we marked the beginning of row number 6. And I'm back at my marker, which means we're going to start with row number 6. So into this first stitch we're going to go again with 2 half double crochets, and you want to mark your first one. This was my first one in this stitch, so I'm going to mark it right there. Just like this. And I'm going to place a second one into this same stitch that I just did my first half double crochet in. And now we're not going to do 3 singles, we're going to do 4 single half double crochets like into each stitch. You know what I mean? Like 1 half double crochet here, 1 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch. And then again our 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch. So after your 2 half double crochets into this first stitch, you want to do 1 right there, then another 1 into the next stitch, another 1 into the next stitch. This was 3. Now another 1 into the next stitch. This is the 4th one. And now it is again time for 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch. So 1, 2. And now again, you want to do 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2 half double crochets. So we're going to continue like that till we arrive again at our marker. And then we're already at our last row of this little circle that we're doing. Off to our last row of this increasing circle part of the balaclava. We're gonna go right into row number 7, and here we're gonna do, as always, our 2 half double crochets and then 5 of the, like, each half double crochet into each stitch. You know what I mean? So into this first one, as always, 2 half double crochets. After my first half double crochet, I'm going to switch the marker to right here. And I'm going to set a second half double crochet into this same stitch right there. And now we're going to do 1 half double crochet here, another one, another one, another one, another one. So 5 half double crochets, each one in each stitch. So 1 into this loop, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now it is time for our 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. So 1 into this loop and another half double crochet into this same one. Now again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 2. Then again 5, only 1 in 1 stitch, and then 2 again. And this is what we're going to do until we arrive at the very end of this little top part that is going to be on top of your head. I am now at the end of my row number 7, and this is going to be the top part of the balaclava. And as a little measurement reference, because depending on your yarn, it of course can be a bit smaller or bigger now. So as a reference, mine now is around 16 centimeters, which is a bit more than 6 inches. And this should be kind of where your top part also has to be. So if it's a bit more, a bit less, it's fine. But just make sure that it's kind of near 16 centimeters. If it's a bit too big, you can just open up one of the rows. And if it's too small, you can do another row. And this time, not 5 of the single ones, but 6, and then double, and then 6, and then double. I think you understand by now. What we're now going to do is we're going to crochet continuous rounds around the circle, but this time without increasing. So we're going to do 1 half double crochet into each of the loops, each of the stitches of the row before. And you're going to repeat that until you arrive at this part where your brow starts. I'm going to show you later. What I counted, it was around 7 rows, but just put it on top of your head a lot. That's just what I'm gonna do too. So I'm gonna do around 7 rows, just continuously crocheting 1 stitch into each of the stitches before. And every time half double crochet, switch around your color if you want to. If not, don't. And just put it on a lot to see where you're at. and stop when you're kind of over your brows. I'm gonna show you later. So I'm gonna go into the first stitch of my next row with only 1 half double crochet into each stitch, and I'm gonna repeat that for as long as I feel I need it to be on top of my head over my brows. And I would say, I'm gonna let you do it by yourself and see you in a few seconds. You guys, I just arrived where I want my balaclava to kind of like end here and where I leave this eye part. So my balaclava, I'm gonna try it on for you guys. It's gonna look wonderful. It right now, if you look on top, it's like starting here. And right now it's exactly where my brows are. And this is where I want this eye part, cutout part to start. So I'm gonna mark the end of the eye part on this side and the end of the eye part cut out on this side with a marker. As always, use whatever you want to. I have these little clips and I think I want it to be like kind of here, maybe in this loop. This one, I think, like right here. This is where I want to stop crocheting for the next row, and don't crochet here, you know, because we're going to leave this part out and we're going to crochet around only in like half circles kind of, and we're going to leave this part open until we are kind of here or whatever, like wherever you want to. You can also start right here, you know, you can do whatever you want to, but for me I'm gonna crochet like only half rows till here. And I want it, like the cut out part, to be from here till here. I have to mark this side too. This right here is good. So now I am currently crocheting into this direction. So I'm going to crochet till here. I'm going to show you. Then stop and chain up 2 and then start crocheting into this direction till here. Then stop again, crochet 2, like chain up 2 and crochet into this direction. I'm going to show you. But this is basically what we're doing. I think I'm going to do it for like, I think maybe 2 rows is even enough for me. 2 or 3 rows I'm gonna do, like with the only crocheting half, and then I'm again gonna start with crocheting like this part closed off, and this is where we're not increasing but decreasing stitches. But don't worry, I'm gonna show you, so let's start. I love the color match. So as you can see here, I'm right now crocheting from this side till here, and this is going to be my turning point where I'm going to chain up 2 and then turn around and crochet in the other direction. Because what we are crocheting is this hole, this little eye face left art part, cut out part, however you want to call it. So we're doing this for around 4, yeah, I would say around 4 rows, and then we're gonna start again with complete circles. So then we're doing this part and again going around, 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 around. We're gonna go in a bit and then that's kind of it. So let's just start and you're gonna see while we're doing it what I mean. So now I'm gonna finish crocheting till this point. So I'm gonna continue my half double crochets. Right till this last stitch that I marked. So I'm gonna go into it right here, chain up 1, turn around, and I'm gonna start crocheting right into this first part only because I feel like it makes it look a bit more tight and put together when I go right into this first stitch. So I'm gonna do this and then just crochet around right here, there until I arrive here where I marked my like other side of the cutout part. So we're gonna crochet all around this part until we arrive here. I'm gonna show you, like we're gonna meet a bit earlier so I can show you which stitch is the last one you should go into. But yeah, that's just what we're doing. So I'm gonna meet you there. As you can see, I'm about to finish this row. This is the last obvious stitch, I would say. And now you have to find, like here, this very last stitch. Because as you can see now, it would be, there kind of would be something missing, as you can see. So if you go into this very last stitch, that is always a bit hidden, then it should look like this. So it should really be a straight line on this side. If it's not, then there's one missing, even if it doesn't look like it. That's sometimes a bit tricky. So now again, we're going to chain up 1, turn around, and we're going to start crocheting this next row exactly right into this stitch. So just like this, and continue with your half double crochets as long as it takes you to again be at this side, on the other side of this eye cutout, like right here. So just crochet around, and we're going to meet again here. Just about to finish the row, and as you can see right now there is a stitch missing because it goes like this. It should go like this. So go find your last stitch if you haven't got it yet, like this, and it's a straight line, as you can see. So now again, chain up 1, turn around, and crochet again, all into this direction. So first half double crochet into this one, and then crochet around here, till you arrive here. And then I feel like we could already try it on and see if we need to start the going all around part again, you know, if we have to close this eye cutout part. Let's see. Let's just crochet again till here, and then we're gonna look. Let's finish our last few stitches. As you can see now, there's still one missing, 1 half double crochet right into this hidden chain. Now we have a straight line here, so this is fine. For me, I am now going to close this eye cutout part, because as you can see here I did the same stitches. So here it's kind of like 4 rows, here 5, and it stretches a bit. So as you can see, if you do, I don't know, it was like maybe around 19 chains here that I left out, and here a bit smaller. It's, I think, 16 chains here. So 3 smaller than on the top part, just to make it a bit more fitted on your, like around your mouth area, because it's like slimmer than on the eyebrow part. So this is the same cutout part, but still it's not too small because it can stretch like this, you know. You can also make your whole face like look out of the balaclava if you want to. If you're not sure, just try it on. If you feel like your cutout part would be too small for you, just add a few more rows of the like only half rows, and then come back to this part of the video where we're like starting to close it again, this face cutout part, and to go around like whole circles again. So right now, to close this eye cutout part, I am going to add 16 chain ups. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 15, and the 16th one is gonna go right here. So try to find your very last stitch. It's not this one on the top. It's most of the time a bit hidden right here. It's this one. So try to find this stitch, then slip through, then slip through the one chain on your hook, and this is your connecting part. Now you are not going to chain up, you're just going to go right into this next stitch with your half double crochets. So you're going to start half double crocheting right here into this stitch. And you're going to continue to crochet around. So the best way to crochet the next few rows is to just try it on and to see if you have to increase or decrease the row a bit, if it fits too tight or if it's a bit too loose. And I'm now going to show you what stitches to do when you're increasing or decreasing. So when you realize that your row that you're currently crocheting or that you currently crocheted is too big, you want to do some less stitches. So you want the number of chains to be less. So what you want to do is you're doing your half double crochets as usual, but for the next stitch you want to take the yarn, go through, slip the yarn through, and then again go into this one, slip the yarn through, and then slip it through all of the 4 loops on your hook. So this way you have one half double crochet on top of 2 chains, which means in this row you have 1 less. What you want to do, if it's a bit a lot too loose, you want to do maybe 3 or 4 less half double crochets in this row. So I would recommend you to not do them all together, but to split them into somehow matching parts, not do all 4 next to each other, but one here, one here, one here, so that it's a bit separated, so that it doesn't look weird in the end. If you realize that the row you're currently doing is a bit too tight, you want to increase the number of your stitches, which means you want to do more. So this would be that you just do 1 half double crochet into your next upcoming stitch and another one into the same one. This is easy. So that you have 2 half double crochets in 1 loop. And again here you can, if you want to increase a lot because it's way too tight, you can also open up some rows again and then start increasing a bit earlier. But yeah, you can just increase here, there, however many times you want to do it. This is just for your information, how we do the increasing and decreasing. You can come back to this part whenever you forget. I do forget sometimes too. So this is what we're doing. And I'm now going to show you in what upcoming row, in which row, I'm going to increase or decrease. This is just an orientation, how I am doing it, so that it fits my head, but I would recommend you to just try it on a lot in between and to see if you need to maybe add some more, add some less chains. It's just a bit of a doing the row, opening it up again, doing it over and over again until it fits. But yeah, just try it on enough and let's just start. The row that we're currently in, I'm just gonna say this is row number 1. And always at this point is where we're gonna start our next row. So just to keep in mind, you can also maybe put a marker right here so that you always know when the new row is starting. I'm gonna do that too later, but we're gonna start with row number 1, and here we are going to decrease 3 times, which means I am going to do, I don't know how many, maybe 2 more, and then I want to decrease, so I'm going to do this here, slip through all 4, and then crochet just like I did before around until I'm kind of in the middle of the back part of the balaclava, and this is where I am going to do another decrease stitch. So here I'm going to do my second decrease stitch like this, and now continue with my usual half double crochets. And right before I arrive at this leftover part right here, I'm going to do my other one. So like the last decrease stitch. Now we are at this part where we did our chain ups. Here again, it's important that you start your, like that you go through the right loops of this chain we did, so that you always, like if you have it laying down in front of you like this, you can twist it and see here's the V part and here's the loop that you're going through. So you have the V part on top of your hook and you do your half double crochet right there like this, you know. And here again, if you twist it a bit, there should be this V part, which means you're going to go right here and you have the V part on top, and you're going to set your half double crochet here. And you want to do this for this whole part, and then we're going to meet here when we start the second row. So I am about to start the second row. In the second row, we are only going to decrease once, somewhere in the back. But first, you have to like take this very last stitch, this one, right on top of your straight line from the cutout part, right here. And then you have double crochet. And then we're going to start doing our half double crochets as per usual right here. If you want, you can mark your row right now, because this is where we're always starting our next row. I'm going to do this now. This is where row number 3 is going to start. I mean, it's easy to tell because of the cutout part that you have, but just to make it a bit more easier. So crochet all around and do one of the decreasing stitches somewhere in the back. Back at my marker, which means I finished this second row. Here in the back I did my decreasing stitch. Now in the third row that we are starting right now with our half double crochets, we are not increasing or decreasing anything, so just do into each of the stitches one half double crochet. And then when you're back here, we're going to start the next row where we are doing another decrease. I just finished this next row, as you can see. And now for row number 4, we are doing like one decreasing stitch. Again, I'm going to do mine somewhere here in the back. So just continue crocheting till you're somewhere in the middle back part, and then you do your decrease stitch. And of course, I'm gonna put my marker right here, just so I remember when to start the row number 5, because this is where we're decreasing a few more times, but this time only one in the back. Time to start row number 5. This time we are decreasing 3 times, which means we are going to do one here, one somewhere there, and one somewhere there, like our typical decreasing stitch. You already know by now. So just do that. I'm gonna again change my marker and then gonna do 3 decreasing stitches in this 5th row. Ready for row number 6. This time we are decreasing only once, so again I'm going to do it in the back. So I'm going to just crochet around and do my decrease stitch right here, and then I'm going to meet you when we're ready for row number 7. For the upcoming row number 7, we are decreasing 4 times, which means I'm going to do maybe one here, then second one here, third one here, fourth one here. So just kind of with some similar space in between. It's the last row where we're decreasing this much. And we're also almost at the end, so only I think 4, 5 other rows left. 5 maybe. I just finished the 7th row with my 4 decreases, and for the next 3 rows we are not decreasing or increasing anything, so just continue for 3 other rows with 1 half double crochet into each stitch, so no need to change anything. And then we're going to meet again for row number 11, where we are doing some decreases again, but for now do 3 extra rows without increasing or decreasing, and then we're going to meet again. I just finished the 3 rows where we did no increasing or decreasing, and now we arrive at row number 11. This is the last row where we are doing 2 decreases. So just start with your row with your half double crochets, and remember, first of all, to take your marker so we can find row number 12, and do your decreases, I don't know, maybe here and there, just, you know, with similar spaces in between. And then when you did that with your 2 decreases, we are going to move on to the last 2 rows, and yeah, just do your half double crochets. About to finish my row number 11, and now for the next last 2 rows you are going to do just 2 rows without decreasing or increasing, just 2 times around till this point. Yeah, and then we're going to meet again, but just do your last 2 rows and then we're gonna finish off our base of our balaclava. Yay! So I just finished row number 13, like from here till there, row number 13. And this now is right in front of the cutout part, which is in front of your face. So this is not where I want to end the balaclava. And because we are always crocheting around, there's no other seam where we can kind of like connect, and then it's kind of like an invisible end, if you know what I mean. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue with our half double crochets till we arrive somewhere kind of like, if this is like the center of your face cutout part, you want your row to end right here in the back, so it is in the back of your head, so it's not that visible. So I'm going to continue crocheting till kind of 3 to 4 stitches before the right of the center in the back. So I am now coming closer to the middle part, so I now want to kind of like fade it out so that I don't end it right there. With like just a half double crochet, then chain up and close it off, because then it would be like not very seamless, I would say. So what we did till now is we did half double crochets, which is a bit thicker of the rows than a single crochet. So my next stitch is going to be a single crochet, another single crochet, and then a slip stitch, which is just slipping through, another slip stitch, and after this slip stitch I'm just gonna slip through the yarn like right this, and I'm gonna cut off my excess yarn, and I'm gonna slip it through, pull everything tight, and just like this we kind of like decrease the height so it's not visible, where like it is visible if you look very closely, and if you have a look, like you can see that it's like, you know, getting smaller here. But if you look at it like this is your front face whole part, you won't be able to tell where we stopped, you know? So this is our end, and now our balaclava is finished. You can actually stop like right there if you want to. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start decorating a bit. For that I'm gonna get like a fluffy wool yarn, I'm gonna show you later, and I'm gonna decorate all around this face cutout part You don't have to do it. I just like the look of it. I want to make it extra fancy. So I'm gonna do this right here around the eyes seam and at like the neck part. And then I'm gonna add my labels. And then that's it. So I'm gonna do that. And if you don't want to do it, you're finished now. I hope you're happy. Thought I would quickly show you how I decorate my balaclava. Currently at another table in my living room. But how I do it is I take this type of wool and double it. It's this one, super chunky wool. I don't know, I just did like buy a random one from the store. And what I did, I cut it off. I don't know how much, it was just like better too much than too less. So I cut it off, I like doubled it, and now I'm always kind of like wrapping it around. So I wrap it and I take like a random loop and I just pull it through the two strands of wool, and I pull it through and continue like this. So just take a random loop, pull it through like this, and I am gonna continue with that all around my balaclava at the top and down part. You don't have to do it, just like a little inspo. This is what it's gonna look like in the end. And I'm gonna do it all around here, face cut out part, and all around right here, and then I'm gonna add my labels. You don't have to do it, but just this is what I'm doing now. I'm gonna meet you with the final clips. You guys, this is the finished balaclava. I hope you're happy with your result. This is what mine looks like. This is the pink version of my blue version. And I'm tempted to make another one, to be honest. I made this yellow beanie and kind of these colors. Very cute. Maybe I'm gonna make like one that's like completely mixed colors. Let's see. But yeah, that's it. That's the tutorial. I hope you're happy with your results and you like your balaclava. And if yes, don't forget to send me pictures on Instagram or tag me, because this is always what makes me most happy, to see that people actually use my tutorials. So yeah, have an amazing rest of the day and see you in the next tutorial. Bye!